Me and Mickey Search and Find is a pretty interesting episode. It starts off with a really strong message. Then I feel like some of Mickey's actions towards the end kind of counteract that message, but in general, it's pretty good fun. This is only about 2 minutes in length, so of course there will be spoilers as I explain what happens. And it starts off with Mickey in the dark, and he was going to the bathroom or just coming back from the bathroom, and he tells the viewer, if you have to go to the bathroom at night, make sure you tell a grown up. Fantastic message. Let's make sure young viewers don't decide to just wander off in the middle of the night when they're in a strange location. Absolutely fantastic message. Really, really loved it. And I kind of thought, regardless of what the rest of this episode is like, that's fantastic. That serves a brilliant purpose. And then Mickey has his flashlight and he's making shadow puppets. And I thought that was really great fun. And it's a creative activity that certainly young viewers might find entertaining. It's a way to pass the time or to create their own fun. And I think that was a really fun thing to include. And then Mickey explains that the flashlight can help you see things in the dark. And this is the bit where, well, I don't know if I love what happens next. Initially, it was cute. He heard the sound of an owl, an adorable pink owl, and then he asks the viewer to listen for other sounds and listening out for animal noises. Again, absolutely fantastic. It's a fun, simple, straightforward game that you could play at a campsite that could keep a young child entertained or maybe distracted. So that was brilliant as well. Plus the animation of the birds, absolutely adorable. But then Mickey decides to have a look at what else they can see around the campsite. And this is where he starts to wander a little bit. And he's using his flashlight to look at things in the dark. And it's interesting, but it is kind of encouraging the viewer to wander around to look at things in the dark. And considering at the very beginning of the episode, he said, tell a grown-up if you're going to the bathroom, it's a little bit of a mixed message because now Mickey is saying wander around and see what you can find and encouraging a child to wander around and look at things closely in the dark in a strange place, potentially on their own. I don't think that's a good idea. Do I think any young viewer watching this will suddenly decide to start wandering around? Well, maybe. Because he said tell a grown-up if you're going to the bathroom, but Mickey didn't say tell a grown-up if you want to get up at night and use your torch or your flashlight to look for things in the dark. Granted, I feel like most children would be very scared of the dark and scared to actually do that, so hopefully that would, not that I want a child to be scared, but hopefully that would help to keep them safe. So ideally it would never happen, but it does kind of give mixed messages. No, don't go to the bathroom on your own, but by all means, wander around in the dark looking for things. So it kind of ruined it a little bit there. Again, the odds of that happening are hopefully not that likely because many children are scared of the dark. And I'd also like to think that, well, no, I was going to say if they're in a tent, they might be able to wander off. But if they're in like a caravan or a camper van, hopefully the door would be locked. I've only ever stayed in a caravan or a camper van. I can't remember which one it was, but I've only ever stayed in one once and I have no memory of it at all, really. But hopefully it would be safe. But yeah, obviously if they're in a tent, it would be a very different scenario. So very mixed messages. Some good opportunities for learning about fun activities and ways to listen out for animal sounds and pay attention to your surroundings, but some not great messages there either. But most importantly, it does make it very clear that if you are going to the bathroom at night, tell a grown-up first. So I can't fault it for that. But then the mixed messages of encouraging wandering around in the dark kind of definitely weakens it a little bit. Cute animation though, and in general, while it's maybe a bit of a risk, we do have some good moments in there, and it's certainly not terrible.